Hi, I'm Rhiannon Daly from Enemy, and I'm at Away From Home Festival in Malaga with Tomlinson.
Hello.
Hey Louis, how are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So this is the second year that you've been doing Away From Home. What was the initial idea behind the festival? Why did you want to do your own festival in the first place?
Well, listen, it's always been a dream of mine, definitely, to create something like this. But it's always been exactly that, a dream, really. But around the time of lockdown, it kind of came back to my mind, and I thought it might be a nice thing to do. And we did, with the last festival we did, we made it free. And it was just kind of about celebrating live music being back. But also what I like about it, it gives me the opportunity to also kind of showcase up and coming bands. And also, you know, I kind of like the idea of showing my fans some of these bands, because this is the kind of stuff I listen to, so it's kind of an advert of that, really.
Yeah. It's important to you to be giving new bands a platform then?
Oh, definitely. It's something I've always been really interested in. The development, you know, stage of bands' careers, I think, are some of the most exciting times. So, you know, in any way where I can help, anything like that, that's always been really important to me.
You had a competition for the first band who are on now, Voodoo's.
Yeah, they sound great, don't they?
They sound great.
Yeah.
You picked them yourself out of everyone that entered.
Yeah.
Was it a tough competition to start with?
It was, yeah. We got some great entries, to be fair. But Voodoo's just felt the most appropriate with the lineup, and again, kind of going off what I love listening to. So I picked a little bit selfishly, but I think I picked right.
It's your own festival, though. You're allowed to do that.
Exactly.
The other bands on the lineup, you have Stone and Sunroom, who are also newer acts.
Yeah. Why
Why did you want them to be playing with you as well?
Well, Sunroom have done some support with us in America, and got to know those boys. Really good lads, and also great music, great live band. So that felt like a no-brainer, really, to be honest, to have them along. And Stone, my best mate showed me him about, I want to say, like 4 or 5 months ago now. And you know of Stone, obviously,
yeah.
And from the first time I listened to him, it's just really interesting. And watching the live shows, which I've not seen but only seen on YouTube, it looks like fucking chaos, which is amazing.
Is that the kind of thing you're looking for in a band when you see them live?
Oh, definitely, especially from a live show.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, and lead singer's an amazing performer, so I'm excited to see him today, definitely, and I'm honoured that they agreed to do it.
Yeah, are you someone who's always kind of looking for something new to listen to and something new to excite you?
Yeah, I am, but I will say that definitely in the past you could rely on radio a little bit more for that. Whereas now, I think you have to really kind of search that stuff out, you know, It doesn't just come to you. So when I'm on tour and stuff, I find myself getting locked into just listening to the stuff that I did kind of growing up and the stuff that you like at the time. But yeah, every now and then I'm actively trying to look for new things.
You've also got the Vaccines and Hinds who are on the bill. Vaccines, obviously indie legends. Hinds representing Spain, where we are today.
Yeah.
Why did you want those on the bill with you?
Similar reasons, to be fair. I mean, Hinds, I think, really cool band. And also for me, that's something that I'm interested in anyway, an all-female band. I think there should be more of them. So I'm really excited to watch those play. I mean, Vaccines, it goes without saying. Again, I almost didn't believe it when my manager said they were up for playing. So, like, legacy festival act. So to have them here, it's a big honour for me and the festival, definitely.
Yeah. We're in Malaga today for this year's festival. Why did you want to bring the festival here?
The last one was in England, so it was always the idea, and that was kind of a play with the title of the festival. I wanted to move it around, and we were looking at a few different venues. But from the minute I saw this venue, it just looks really interesting. There's not a lot of venues that look like this, and also, I'd say 3/4 of my tour it's been fucking freezing, so it's nice to be in some good weather.
Nice. Do you have any kind of dream locations or hints of where you might take it next?
My biggest dream for next year, I don't know on location yet, but my biggest dream for next year is to try and put it over 2 days.
Yeah.
If I could do that, like, that'd be amazing. So we'll see.
Have you been looking at any other festivals that you've either been to or your friends have been to, anything like that, or that you've played before for inspiration in kind of building this festival up?
Yeah, I suppose they've all kind of been back of my mind. You know, I love going to festivals. Went to Glastonbury this year and it was amazing, the king of all festivals. So yeah, I suppose I've drawn inspiration from that. But I see it as kind of a long-term thing. Like we've already kind of doubled in size from the first year. So I'm just going to keep chipping away at it. As long as I can do it, I'll do it. Like.
Yeah. How big do you want it to get? 2 days next year, maybe? Beyond that, maybe 3 days, more stages?
That'd be fucking great. 3 days, camping. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, nice. And you've been playing a couple of new songs as well in your set recently on your tour. Changes and Copy of a Copy of a Copy.
Yes.
Does that suggest that there is new music, a second album perhaps in the works?
Yeah, well I had to finish the second album before I came out on tour. I started the tour in February and we've been going ever since. So I had pretty much 99% of the record done there. It was kind of a funny feeling touring the record I've got, knowing that I've got another one in the pipeline. But yeah, the new one is out. I should know, but pretty soon. Singles out pretty soon, maybe like in a couple of days or something. I should know, but I'm really fucking unorganised. So yeah, I'm really excited about this next chapter. You know, my first record. I mean, I'm immensely proud of it, but it was hard to kind of work out where I stood in the industry, coming out of a band the size of One Direction, and exactly with what One Direction were. You know, there was an element of me going through my own development stage, but doing it in the public eye.
Yeah.
And I think where I've got to on this record, I feel really, really proud of it, and it's definitely songs that I think define me better as an artist.
Who have you been taking influence from for this record then? Is there a different set of artists who've been inspiring you?
I think a lot of that stuff happens subconsciously, but one thing I would say is it gave me a lot of food for thought when I heard the last DMA's record and the last record that Stuart Price produced. Now, on my first record, I kind of deliberately, I think I'd been a bit closed-minded in the sounds that I wanted to use.
Yeah.
And actually, there's a lot of interesting dancey elements that they brought into that record with Stuart Price. And it kind of just showed me that, you know, you can bring in these trendier sounds, but do them in a kind of really authentic way. So that was definitely kind of inspiration that I took on a couple of the songs in this new record.
Yeah. Before, were you kind of worried about following trends too closely, I guess?
Yeah, and I am quite particular about that, and I know sometimes that's annoying to people, but especially because of the first two songs I did, and that really was me kind of, not necessarily listening to too many other opinions, but I just didn't really know what I could get away with as an artist, coming from a band like One Direction. So because I had those two moments that I think didn't really define me, it's been important for me to just make my music as authentic as possible. And sometimes following trends, you lose a bit of that authenticity.
Do you feel more confident in kind of like who Louis Tomlinson is as an artist now then?
Yeah, definitely. And that has been a process, and I think it'll be an ever evolving process as well. But I definitely feel really comfortable about kind of just following my heart musically. And yeah, seeing where it gets me.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to see, hear even what's coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Louis.
Thank you.